Well, this is a big day for any of my clients.
George the Tech.
This is the day I sign off on the studio that we've created together. Well, really, they've done all the work. I've just been here to guide them and give them information. In this case, today with me, I've got Rachael Warren-Allen up in Oregon. Hi, Rachael.
Hi, George. Thank you so much for, we're not people with a lot of experience, of course, building that in this area, right? I'm an hour south of Portland. So having you walk us through all of the steps and what we needed and then checking the booth with me and all of that has made all the difference in me feeling like, yes, this is my magical booth now, as opposed to, I hope it's okay. So thank you so much. Like, it has really been fantastic.
Thanks. Yeah, you're very welcome. It's been great. And they were great to work with. How do you feel right now about where you've gone, the journey and the process to get to where we are today?
Super, super excited. I have this amazing space now that is going to be a joy to work in. So I had an okay studio before, but as I've been changing and focusing on this, it's been a goal to have a fully set up studio, and here we are.
And where were you before? You have a home and then you have an outbuilding, and you were working in like a closet or a nook in your house?
Yeah. So I was in a closet studio, that kind of thing. Mine may be a little bit stranger than most because it was a hidden room inside of a studio, but it was triangular shaped because of that, right up against a metal roof. So anytime it was raining or really windy.
Which never happens in Oregon.
Never. And also the family, anytime I was recording, I was like, everybody has to be silent. So not ideal for being flexible and able to do a job whenever somebody needs it.
So now you've got a dedicated space outside of the house, away from the family, away from the noise of the elements, climate controlled, and a lot more room to physically move around, right?
Yes. Yeah. The ceiling was here. At one point you asked me, like, what's your ideal setup? And I was like, I don't know. I just stand where I can fit in that space. So this is amazing. Like, ooh, look at this.
Yeah, put your arm back too so we can get the scale.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. The second you logged on with me last week for our initial check-in, our post check-in to see how everything came out, I was just delighted with your design. And the first thing I asked you was, who designed your panels? So who designed your panels?
I did. Yes, they're all my own art. I drew them all, and then I had them printed by ATS Acoustic Panels, who you had recommended was a good company. So then when I went to check out their stuff and saw, we print art on panels, I went, well, I'm not going to spend my time building panels. I'm going to spend my time drawing the artwork for the panels and have them printed. So yeah, I did that. And I think, as I've told you, I really was like, I want my space to be a place that I just love coming into and working in. And so it's got to have personality and color and fun in it, because that's what makes me happy.
It makes you happy, and it totally represents you. And there's so much that's done now on Zoom and stuff, right, where the client is expecting to see the actor and be more interactive, and that's not the way it used to be. So I think that's going to leave an impression. I mean, it did on me. Nice, good sounding, functional space is really important, but maybe something that shows who your personality is and really represents you and leaves an impression visually isn't a bad thing to think about.
Right. I'm excited about that part too. I hadn't really thought about it until you mentioned it, but it's like, that's fantastic. And I do hope that my joy will bring other people joy.
Absolutely. How long ago did we start? Let's see, it's August 1st. When did we start this journey together? Was it
a
this year or last year?
It was last year.
It was sometime last year, right?
Yeah. When I started this process, I thought it would be done by the end of the year. So it was sometime late summer, early fall of last year that I contacted you.
What took longer than you thought it would, mainly?
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
It's like just each step, something was delayed. And of course, with supply shortages happening right now and contractors being so busy, and it's not I mean, it's a huge job to me, but to them, it was always like, oh, the drywallers came out and they were like, this is it? This little tiny box? I'm like, this is it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, each step, like getting the people out to do it, I think it was just hard to organize for the contractor. They have so much work.
Small projects, I think the takeaway for people to, if they want to like accelerate it, there's a lot more lead time prep you have to do, right? You have to get all the materials and get everything on the job site, the wood, the drywall, the insulation, every part that you possibly can on site. So once you get the crew working, they'll stick around. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Drywallers do drywall. Framers do frame, and they're off on doing other much bigger jobs a lot of the time. So yeah, the logistics of it can be quite difficult and it takes a lot of patience, but you made it.
Yes. Yeah. And totally worth it. And completely worth the wait. And yeah.
And tell us more about what you're using in the booth. Obviously we see your mic. Tell us about what mic and what you record into.
I have a CAD M179 and an SSL 2 Plus, and then I go into my MacBook Pro, which has Audition. Mostly Audition, sometimes Logic Pro.
And you like Logic Pro for?
Audiobooks.
Yes. You just have a workflow that works for you there, huh?
Yeah. I do really like their multi-track for the audiobook side.
I'm really happy to see it finish. And if someone wants to actually find you, because now they've seen this video and they're like, man, I want to work with Rachael, where would they find you?
My business name is Joy of Doing, so my website is just www.joyofdoing.com. And the name says it all.
Well, congratulations again, and it's been a lot of fun to work with you. Good luck on all your big projects.
Thank you so much.